What's up, guys? Welcome to Barbells and Banter. So I'm so out of practice in hosting this one that I don't even know the name of the podcast. But Jason's sick, so Jess has thankfully jumped in to save the day. We talk about hybrid training. We talked about Jess being really scared of foam, me committing to a photo shoot, and just some different exploring soft suits around powerlifting competitions and why powerlifting is such a positive environment for people. Why we think it is anyway. Also announce our photo shoot lift-off schedule for Sydney and Melbourne later this year, and plenty of banter and laughs along the way, of course. Oh, and we unpack my experiences at Pilates, which I know everyone's really, really excited to hear about. All right, enjoy the episode. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Welcome, Jess.
Hello.
You're in the big dog seat.
I am the big dog.
The biggest of the big dogs.
I am the biggest dog, just sitting in Jason's seat.
Poor Jason.
Yeah.
Poor Jason's. Doesn't sound well.
It doesn't sound good at all.
When Jay says, I'm giving up. There's no productivity happening anymore.
Yeah,
he's proper sick.
I'm broken. I'm not training.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Usually he's like, I'm sick, but I'll get my shit done.
It's like, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, Jason, but he will be willing to tell you that he's unwell.
Yeah.
But he'll get the job done.
Yeah.
And when he gets to the point where it's like,
He's
what? I'm fucking tapping out.
He's waved the white flag a couple times this week.
Yeah, you're in a bad place.
I did see his masterclass prep though.
Yeah, well, he said that was like 12 hours after he said he was done. I'm not doing any work, and then wrote a masterclass, which looks sick, by the way. 45
pages.
Yeah. Well, it's about bodybuilding, though. It's like, would have been just fun for him.
It was a passion project.
Yeah. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. We're going to start doing masterclasses, which are going to be cool, fun. I think. I hope. Maybe I'll do one. Maybe I'll do a powerlifting one when Jace gives me a turn.
I feel like this whole podcast is going to be like a Dear Jason.
Yeah, we'll just make it for him in his absence.
In Jason's memory.
Yeah.
Why do we not have a shrine?
We should have put a picture up. Do we need that TV, Tam? We could have just put his face here.
With like all the filters, it's like the glowy stuff,
yeah.
some flowers here and there.
Or just like a slideshow of all the meme pictures you've taken of him. That'd be great.
The wipe transition,
yeah.
Like every...
Fucking hell. But thanks for coming out, Jess. Late notice. 3 a.m. Ben was like, hey, why doesn't Jess just come to the podcast? That would solve everybody's problems. Because for those who are unaware, we've made a change to the way we're doing the podcast. So we're recording on a Friday, and then it comes out the following Monday and Wednesday, depending on
just like
what channel.
Later.
Yeah, so our jokes are going to be a week out of date. So it's like, bear with us. And when we talk about topical things, you'll be like, bruh, it was like a fortnight ago.
It was so last week.
But as a result, we get Wednesdays off. I was hella productive on Wednesday.
Well, as a result, Fridays are the only day I can drive here.
And
so
Jess can come.
I can come here all the time now. Yep. I can be Jason's little substitution whenever he needs it.
I might start having a few weeks off.
No. Why? Not a few weeks. Oh, hello, Indy.
Wrong dog. It's just Shadow.
Oh, Shadow.
It's the little dog.
Sorry. No, I definitely knew that.
The one without the letterbox head. How's the body?
Yeah, good. I don't know why. So on one of my days, the only 2 leg days, the 2 leg exercises I have. So for everyone playing along at home, every day is like a upper lower day.
Mm-hmm. Because coach is a jerk.
Because it's fine. But I have like heavy leg press, which is fine. But I have front foot elevated split squats. And I only do them with 20 kilo dumbbells, which is not a lot for me. Mm-hmm. But I have increased the height of the elevation.
I've seen you do it with like 70 kilos on a safety bar. So
yes,
yeah.
That was rear foot elevated. Yeah. Very different. My quads do not work the way my glutes do. My quads grow faster, but my glutes are stronger.
Yeah.
But I am almost sore to touch. Like
Ooh.
That's how much my quads and adductors hurt from
Nice.
those. And that has not happened in a hot minute.
Yeah.
So
Do you think it is a little bit of priming from the heavy ass deadlifts that you're doing as well?
Probably.
Little bit of extra neural drive, perhaps.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what it is. This week has cooked me though, but that's okay because this weekend is the start of my deload week. So
Right,
I start on my program start on the weekend because I
Gotcha.
strategically plan my heaviest day on a weekend because I get to train at a time that I choose rather than like this. Oh, like then again, this week I benched. All I had was like a banana and coffee in my system before my bench.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah, that's literally like it's fine as long as you have some carb the day before. Like you're fine.
And enough caffeine that all the world's problems go away.
Literally. So yeah, I'll go light this week. And not send it, strategically go heavy the week after.
Yes.
And then we chill for a bit before I send it.
Yeah, so for context, Jess is peaking deadlifts and bench
Yes.
at the same time because your body doesn't seem to like all three. I feel like we might have it now. We'll see. We might see that about that.
Yeah, it'll just like...
You're handling this block really well.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, I have an autoimmune disease. And I have lupus and I get really flared up. So like skin, lungs, liver, like everything gets inflamed. And it's definitely gotten better as I've gotten older and, you know, I don't have an eating disorder anymore and all of the things, I like suffered really badly from binge eating when I was competing. So my body was just never really good.
Yeah.
But then when Ben and I started and I went to prep, I had a baby. so I wasn't sleeping and I wasn't recovering. Whereas now I'm in a very predictable routine. Like occasionally things happen and I wake up at 3 a.m. But yeah, I think that we could do it, but I don't know if I want to.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also just don't enjoy heavy squats and bench in the same thing anymore.
Yeah.
You say fuck squats. It's okay.
I thought about heavy squatting the other day for like 10 minutes.
It's just terrible.
And then I was like...
Unless you're built for it, it's not a good time.
Well,
so I have this little bit of a complex, right?
Sure.
So the gym I train
a complex?
The gym I train at, not me being competitive ever, it's not even health club. It's something. It's like country health club. So it's the 90% of the floor space is taken up with machines.
Yeah.
And they're all very good machines, so I'm not at all complaining. But there are a number of racks. Now, when we first thought about like you doing this, I was like, fuck, I wouldn't mind jumping in doing the deadlift. Yeah. But we're upstairs.
Yeah.
And I would have to train outside of office hours, which means training in peak hours and at peoply. Yuck. So I was like, that's not going to work. So, but the whole time I've trained there, I've never done anything impressive. Right?
You're just so mediocre.
In your eyes.
But yeah, but it's like a lap was the heavy machine shoulder press. Like it
doesn't matter. It's a pin or it's a plate.
A lot of weight,
no one cares.
It's fucking nothing. So I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to, do something. Be like, I was actually really strong once. I didn't used to always just do bicep curls and lateral raises 400 times a day and go to Pilates. So yeah, I was like, maybe I could, but it's like the shittest lift. This is the squat. It's the most favorable to the environment.
Yeah.
It's like, like if I squat 200 in there, like I don't reckon there's many 200 kilo squats in that gym, if any.
Yeah, like you can't drop 250 kilo deadlifts.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yep.
Why don't you just bench?
This bench is boring, Jess.
It's not. It is literally.
It's not the same. I
bench
think,
and chest training are like.
Do you know
all
what?
I would need.
I think girls are impressed by other girls' bench.
Yeah.
But almost no one is impressed about a guy's bench. Almost ever.
Yeah. No, I mean.
No.
I am impressed by... See, you know what the problem is, though? Because, like, the old gym I used to train at, which when Bryce and I first got together, so Doherty's to Dandenong, we had, like, Australia's best bencher there. So, like, I was just, like, normalized. Like, oh, yeah, he's just benching, like, 180, 200 today.
Yeah.
He's, like, one of the Zero boys. Brett?
Yeah.
Warland?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and, like, you just go, like, oh, yeah, Brett's benching today. So, like, that then became the norm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, like you're actually really, really strong. Like
Yeah.
this is, but no, I think bench is impressive this week.
I think your bench is impressive.
Bench is like if you know, you know. But
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
a deadlift just looks so much more impressive to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially
my bench,
at a gym with bumper plates.
Yeah.
but my bench has stopped more people than my deadlifts have. And like, wait a sec, I'm not like saying that I am impeccably strong. Like I just train at a bro gym.
Just, we're talking about me trying to flex on this small country gym. It's
No.
alright. Just embrace it. You're strong. It's fine.
I'm strong, but I'm not like, once again, the thing of like, oh yeah, I think I'm strong, but then like literally one of my girlfriends deadlifted 215 for reps.
Yeah. I put up yesterday, I wrote this really, what I thought was like a cool philosophy thing on Threads and then shared it to my story. And I was like, this is too heavy. I need a joke here. So I was just like, it's okay to go to Pilates if you still deadlift 200.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, 200's nothing, bro. Because the same. It's like,
Yeah.
you train with Crozier and
Yeah.
Kruzner and everyone else that has some kind of Scandinavian name that's like, oh, they deadlift 400. You're a child. But yeah. It's always weird.
I had Jaya. Is that how you pronounce it? Your client?
Yeah.
Jaya? Yeah, I had.
Fuck, weapon.
Yeah, and she was like, "Oh my god, like your bench," and I was like, "Have you seen all of your lifts?" She's like, "Yeah, but anything over like 62 for bench is just so impressive for a female." I'm like, "Thanks."
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And you don't look like a bencher.
I reckon, like now I look like slightly more jacked, but in like context thing, I feel like I've got like such a sleeper build. I don't feel like I even look like I lift. And then you give me like a good angle and good lights and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm jacked.
I would expect you to have a good deadlift.
No, but like also like I've got really long legs, short torso, not long arms.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Really?
I would say
You look long.
I've got. Oh my god, my torso's so short.
No, but I mean like levers wise, like legs and arms.
Not really.
It's pretty
My
even.
arms.
Yeah.
You look pretty even to
You
me.
definitely don't have like gorilla arms like me.
No, so I've got in like every aspect of the word, I am like perfectly average.
Interesting.
So
Do
I'm
you know
like,
what your wingspan is compared to your height?
it used to be the same.
Yeah. I think my wingspan's 5'10". My height's 5'8".
I don't know. I was like average. I'm like
I wouldn't make it on Tinder. Under 6 foot.
under 6 foot. Never going to make it. But no, like my femurs and my tibias are the same length.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really good at squatting and I'm not really good at sumos and I'm not really like, and my bench, my arms are average.
Yeah.
So it's not like I got like a really good deadlift with long arms because then my bench is fine. But I've
Yeah.
got the mobility to get into a favorable position.
Yeah.
And then my squats, they look okay, but they're also not like, oh yeah, she's made to squat.
Yeah.
So everything is like, I'm not.
You think of a bencher and you just think like henched.
Yeah.
Like big, thick upper body, little arms.
But don't I don't have short arms. I feel like my upper body is really thick compared to the rest of my body though.
Yeah.
Maybe
You're
I'm just
more
warped.
What people would just I would describe you as like a natural swimmer's build.
She was a swimmer for 15 years.
Like broad shoulders,
Yeah.
small waist, small hips.
Yeah, I don't have a small waist. I'm very rectangular in nature.
Compared to your shoulders still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Big rib cage.
I think your waist is small, but your hips are so small that it doesn't look like your hips are
Yeah.
your waist is small.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your waist measurement is quite low. It's
But
just you have tiny little hips.
Yeah.
Need to do more of these.
Yeah, that's
More
it.
abduction. You know,
I'm sideways on the Stairmaster
I get so
to
pissed.
change your hip structure.
Get rid of those hip dips.
I get so pissed off that like, you know, like the whole you want what you can't have.
Yeah.
And I coach girlies that do 3 hip thrusts. I'm like, wow, your glutes have grown so much in 3
Yeah.
months.
Yeah. Or Mads that does shoulder press and grows glutes.
Mads, if you're listening to this, I'm so sorry. I slide your DMs every time you post a training video. Literally that one, I was like,
She sent me a screenshot of that. actually. She's like, look what you've done. Like, you're welcome, I think.
yeah, no,
She's a weapon.
I'm never not letting that stuff slide. I'm like, if you look good, I am in there telling you, go off, queen. Yes, more of this in my feed.
It's such an interesting project. Not like I feel bad referring to her as a project, but it's an interesting like coaching thing. I think she's posted about it, so we're cool to talk about it. just working through some hormonal stuff with her. So like the amount of food she eats for what she lifts and how she looks is ridiculous. Like I can't feed her, and I can't diet her hard enough to get super peeled either, because it'll wreck her. So it's just like she's in this weird. Yeah, we've got a lot of solutions coming this month, which is really exciting. Yeah, and I'm like, fuck. When so you come out the other side, like you think you look good now, and everyone thinks you look good now, but I know what's happening over here, and when that's sorted, fuck. But yeah, she's like, we've been trying to, because she's right on the edge of the weight class. Okay. So we've been trying to pull her weight down so she doesn't have to, for the first time, cut into the meat. Prep. Yeah. The waist measurement, her hip measurement's gone up 2 centimeters on 1,600 calories. Her body weight's like within 100 grams, 200 grams, like not coming down. Like I can't starve you anymore, woman. In a year, maybe my hip measurements have gone up 2 centimeters. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you, Mads. Yeah, I love it. She's cutting, cutting and doing a variability block. I love that for her. It's wild. Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the STCfit podcast, where we talk about all things nutrition, training, and how to live your best life. If you want some more information about coaching, our free resources, and other fitness-related content, be sure to check us out on our website at www.stcfit.com. All right, let's get to the episode.
What's your training looking like now? Are you still growing?
We need to tell the Pilates story, I think.
Yeah, go
I
off,
feel like
King.
It's an important change in my life. I'm going to become what do you call them? Pilates girly?
Yeah, Pilates girlies.
Yeah. It doesn't sound the same when I say it, does it?
Not a lot does when.
You just need to say it with confidence and move on.
Yeah, I can't. It makes me sweaty.
You don't have to refer to it.
Yeah, it's like Slay. It makes my face flush to make me feel sweaty.
I'm so feminine amongst all of you, but if you put me in a group of females, I'm like the bloke of the group. But here I'm like, girlies.
Are you saying we're meatheads?
No, I'm a fucking meathead too. It's got nothing to do with femininity. It's got nothing to do with femininity. You can be like a meathead and have gone and watched Barbie and drink wine with your mum on the weekend. Yeah. But yeah, tell me more. What's Pilates like?
So, I feel like we need some context. I haven't just like abandoned weight training and decided to go do Pilates.
You've taken hybrid athlete to a different direction.
Hybrid's now running in Pilates.
My wife has obviously just crossed into second trimester, and she was a little bit anxious going back. Yeah. And I'd always been like, I'd like to go to a class here and there because, again, I haven't touched a barbell or even a dumbbell, to be honest, in like 8 weeks. So there is no core happening. Yeah. or coordination. Like we used to give Jay shit calling him the Tin Man. Yeah. Have you ever done the closed eye march test?
No.
So if you want to do this next time you go to the gym or maybe at home, it'll be less embarrassing. You close your eyes and you march on the spot and then open your eyes and see if you're marching correctly. So if you've got total disconnect of the system, you'll actually lift left arm, left leg, right arm, right leg. Right. And you'll walk like the Tin Man. Yeah. And we did that test and Jason
is the Tin Man.
Failed very hard. So I know I'm like heading in that direction. So I was like, a Pilates class once a week probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah. Just for the coordination stuff. So that's my justification for going. First class was like positions, particularly for my hips, that I have not seen in maybe ever, if not at least 20 years. We had to like do this squat thing with your knees touching. Yeah, so your knees were touching and you come into a full squat and then go all the way up. And I was like, I haven't internally rotated like that literally ever.
So knees touch but feet out.
Yeah, so feet out wide on the reformer bed and then knees bowed in, touching, and then through a squat.
But why? I'm not you know what? Let's not go into it.
I didn't want to think that myself.
No. Yeah.
Because you can't really apply like weight training in there, hey?
No. Well,
the positions.
A little bit.
We'll come back to that one.
Yeah. So the first class was lots of that shit. And then we had like frog thing going on with squats in the frog pose. And when I left, my hips were like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
What about the next day?
I was so mobile and upright, and like I've been doing all these vacuums and shit. Like instantly, my stomach was like,
Yeah.
like, okay, this is a vibe. I get why someone who maybe doesn't know would go and after a week and be like, oh my god, I've lost so much weight.
Yeah.
It's like you're just holding tone in your midsection.
Yeah.
For once, not just hanging it out. Like
you're aware that it's
like
there.
a powerlifter.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool. And I left. I said to Amy, I'm like, this will work because I can go to the gym now.
Yeah.
So I can come do this with you, go train.
Yeah.
And I get sort of both. Yesterday's class. Oh wait, so recovery first. You asked how I felt the next day. I was like 3 out of 10 DOMs just in my groin. Everything else was fine.
Yeah.
Yesterday's class.
Yeah.
So I walked in, different instructor, and I was like, you train. Like, you don't just do Pilates. Like,
I see those delts.
there's too much happening here that you also lift weights. And then got to the bed, and they had the ring.
Yep.
I was like, oh, because I've seen videos of really strong men trying to do things with those rings. I was like, I'm in trouble here.
Yeah.
This is what I've been dreading: lateral movement and holding that thing.
Yeah, and adduction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first 10 minutes was just with the hoop, and then lots of pulsing, lots of pelvic floor work.
Very Pilates. You are going to be able to hold your wee real good.
But yeah, then we progressed, and I was like, here it is. So we were doing like, now, and I learnt something. So personal trainers, we love to shit on, well, good ones, love to shit on doing 2 exercises at once. Like if you can lunge and bicep curl, it means you're doing lunges
It's
shit
ineffective
and bicep
for
curls
one.
shit,
Yeah.
right? I have a counter argument. If you're training Gen Pop who don't know how to move and have poor coordination, who probably aren't training hard anyway or anywhere close to failure, I think it's useful.
I think that it's very, come at me for the term, but I think it's incredibly functional. How many people do you know need to sit up off a couch while reaching to do something?
Yeah.
Like it's,
Yeah, hold a kid, carry shopping bags, reach from a thing, like
it's
all
so
of that.
context dependent.
Yeah.
Like you need to shit on someone for lunging and bicep curling certain things because if they want to grow, if they want to just move their body for the sake of moving,
Agreed.
then go off.
Yeah, it's context.
Yeah.
But well, I had to do a abduction. So push the platform out.
Yep.
Do a lateral raise, and then rotate as far as I could, which was no further than 90 degrees.
Yeah, and you were like, which was not far.
While ISO holding the lateral raise and then come back in. And I was like, this is a lot for my brain.
Yuck.
And then we had to do dumbbell front squats with the, whatever it's called, the thing. Help.
The slidey bit.
The bed itself.
The reformer bed.
Yeah, so I had to push the bed out so it was spring loaded,
Yep.
and then front squat and hold the bed in the same spot, and then do a shoulder press at the top. I was using like 3 kilo dumbbells, pink ones,
Yeah.
legit pink ones, because the 2.5s were green, and I was like, I have to have the heavy ones.
I need my pink ones. Grr.
Need to overload these.
So yeah, this second one. So by the end of the first one, when you hold table, so your knees are just like 90-90.
Yep.
I was like physically shaking. Like when you get to the end of a plank and you've been there for a long time and you start to get the tremors.
Or like the first 3 seconds of a hollow hold.
I had that and I was like, okay, so there is deep core muscles doing stuff right now.
Yeah.
But the second session, yeah, like I said, more, you could tell she trained in the gym.
Yeah.
I was like, we did an arm part at the end. I was sliding off the reformer because I was so sweaty. I was like dripping on it and shit. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, this is disgusting. I'm sorry. But then Amy's like, yeah, because you were the only one squatting to the floor.
Yeah.
And the only one, like, we did bicep curls.
Look at Amy protecting your masculine fragility.
Yeah. She's like, we're doing bicep curls and everyone's like holding it here. So it's like 2 inches of movement.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you have to be up here to do it properly. And then at the end of it, I was like, I should have done what all they women were doing. Well, they were having fun conversations and I wouldn't have fucking died. But I'm not sore today. So
The workout didn't work.
it's no good. Definitely didn't make gains. But I was having a discussion. So obviously you've done Pilates as well, right?
Oh, yeah, like very sporadically, but yes.
Do you reckon it's enough to maintain muscle mass?
Yes, absolutely.
So if you're jacked,
it's a form of resistance, and I think that we went through this through that period of time very recently where people couldn't go to the gym, and you know we all have to take research with a grain of salt, but a lot of the stuff that was resurfacing and becoming relevant was how little volume and load you needed to maintain your muscle, which is what kept us all going for the first 3 months.
Yeah,
but that's
a really good point.
So very little volume. And I absolutely know a lot of girls that go through phases with their training they can be in Pilates for their Pilates phase for at least a year now. And they have very, I'm going to use the word toned physiques. And you're like, you still look like you lift.
Yeah. Because
there's resistance. And that's, your body doesn't give a fuck whether it's a seated shoulder press or whether you are pushing the reform. Yeah, I think that
I caught some good pumps. Legit.
Did you take a belfie after her?
Nah, I couldn't.
No, in reformer, you need to sit on the reformer with your legs crossed facing the mirror to take the selfie.
Yeah, so I just, because there was other people, we've had this discussion in the podcast before.
I will not take that photo.
There's no selfies, so I just took a photo of the back wall.
Yeah, nice.
I was like, caught the logo. They've designed it very well. It's very Instagram friendly.
Oh.
Yeah, but I've also got changed in my car after both sessions, which is dumb. So I'm going to go find a bathroom, and I reckon the bathroom might have.
It'll be pretty.
Yeah. So I've got 4 weeks unlimited access. So might go a couple times a week, 4 weeks.
Nice.
Maximize it.
Yeah. I reckon yesterday I was like, I couldn't go to the gym now. I'm not okay. That was really hard.
The day after or the same day?
Straight away. Yeah. So the first session, I was like, that was a great warm up, and I could go do a full training session now and be totally fine. But the second one, I was like, I'm a little bit fried.
I think I've enjoyed watching the way, you know, how we all learned that the interference effect is not what we think it is, and it's more our recoverability from whatever we're doing. I have really enjoyed watching people that lift do Pilates and people that lift go swimming and people that lift run. Yeah. I've really enjoyed that movement. And I think that, it can't be lost that all movement is good movement, and it's okay to add that stuff in. You don't actually have to replace a session depending on what you're doing.
Yeah.
I have at least 4 or 5 clients that have non-negotiable Saturday or Sunday morning Pilates with their friends.
Yeah. I think socially it's fucking great. Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to do it with a friend to do it ongoing. But that's why I did dance classes. Because I was like, it's just a fun way to move my body in a way that I don't normally move it.
Yeah.
And have a laugh with a couple of my friends while I'm there.
I love you, babe, but I'm talking to the camera, not you.
I
just realized there's people who can't see. To my wife, I'm not coming to the bar class with you. Pilates is where I draw the line. There will be no dance exercise happening. The ear people have just gone, what?
Yeah, they're like, oh.
You should have led with to my wife.
Yeah, well, I was, yeah, look, we all make mistakes.
I was just like, I'm the tired one. What the fuck are you talking about?
Just like,
there was a clear break of eye contact to the camera. But yeah, it's a podcast, Ben. People can't see you.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, I was looking at my phone and I got caught off guard.
He misses Jason.
Gotcha's all. Look, every time Jess is talking to someone, they're like, so how does this...
I have been asked, I think it's 3 times now.
Which one of them are you dating?
Which one of us, dating or married? And I'm like, none. Jason and Ben.
Ben and Jason. Yeah.
Ben and Jason are married to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
And everyone else is just here.
Yeah, we're all married.
Tan
none of us to each other.
Tan is their child.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, good times. But I agree with the sentiment of the doing other stuff. Yeah. But you made a really good point with the shutdown workouts.
Yeah.
I actually had people recomp during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Which is to think back about now. At the time, I was like, in theory, this should work. And then when it actually worked, I was like,
yeah.
Wow, you just trained at home with literally no weights and built muscle and got leaner.
Well, I think that it was easier. There were a lot of things in place that didn't promote health, but I think that depending on your outlook of life and how important and, you know, where health and fitness lie in your values, I and my clients found it very easy to be healthier.
Yeah.
So lots more movement outside, a lot of people were forced away from a barbell, so they were getting their heart rate up for the first time in a long time and subjecting themselves to it.
Wrong.
And then some of us went the other way.
Some of us bought powerlifting gyms for their garage and got really, really big and were unable to walk anymore.
I did both. I bought 2 barbells. Look, I don't need a lot of weight, but it was like 197.5 kilos of bumpers.
Oof.
Yep. And a squat rack that had a pulley system.
Nice.
And a bench.
It's more so you can do 2 things at once, hey, with the plates.
Yeah.
With
the 2 bars.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So, and I bought a deadlift platform.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we can use whenever we move to a gym. Like, there's
Sweet.
something. It's like whatever. Anyway, so I bought all of those, and Bryce and I were training together. And plus, if I wanted to do 2 things, I only had adjustable dumbbells that didn't go very high.
Yeah.
So I could RDL and squat at the same time if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Or like I could do a floor press and something else. So
Yeah. Instagram gave me a suggested reel yesterday of my last comp. Fucking hell. It was a large human. That lockdown did me good.
I have to be careful of grabbing clips from the Ben doco.
Yeah.
I was like, which one's not too chinny?
Yeah, or neck. How many reverse neck rolls does he have? Only 4? That one's okay.
What's up, guys? So before we move on, just wanted to make sure you guys know about our free resources on the website. So go to www.stcfit.com/resources and take advantage of our free body transformation guide, our SBD guide, and our body transformation quiz.
I think it's so interesting coming off what you posted about. Yeah, let's bring it back to fit. What you posted about last week with a little me doing a cameo of bench press, like, you know, lifting doesn't make you bulky and all of those things.
Yeah.
I think that when we were powerlifting, I think I was powerlifting. How long ago did you get into it?
2016 would have been.
Yeah, so we were there about the same time, just different federations.
Yeah.
And even since then, how much the stigma of what a powerlifter should look like and how a powerlifter should train has changed so much. Like, you know, like the linear model of progression based on percentages. So your 5x5 start at 75%.
Yeah.
And you know that you're going to build down to a 5x4, then a 4x4, then a 4x3, then a 3x3. And then, you know, you're going to move down in that nature. And oh, well, I'm a powerlifter, so I have to have lollies while I train.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get donut as pre-workout. And just how much since then, and I know that it's not just my world, and I haven't been to too many powerlifting comps lately, but I've been to a couple. And it's just, like everything you've spoken about before, like how it looks different. And I was always someone that got my hair done. Like, I always did my hair and braided my hair and did my makeup to feel more comfortable because I was in a fucking soft suit. But like, even the bodies of powerlifters now, and obviously you've got people that do go, you know, the mass moves mass kind of way. But I love that it's not the only thing that people care about anymore. Yeah. And health can be brought back into it because no, extremes are never healthy. Yeah. In any sport. But you can make it a lot healthier.
Even at sorry, go Ben.
No, you go because you're more contextual.
Even at Will's Pro Raw 13. So yeah, that was like 3 months ago or something. Yeah. Top level powerlifters of Australia, majority jacked. Yeah. Not fat. Brought their prepped meals. Maybe bought a coffee and a hot dog. That's it.
I think the last one they did at the convention center. Yeah. And they have the tradition of shirt off.
2019. It
was like every single one of the guys under the super heavies, like the weight cap.
The open.
So all of them had abs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, fuck. Yeah. Like, this is...
It's so different.
Yeah. Which is when I was like, okay, I'm 5'8". I have to be 100 kilos to even bother being able to compete with them. Like you
Yeah.
just,
I think
so impressive.
You have
And
to be 100 but jacked.
Yeah. So
which can take a lot longer to get there.
with not 800 neck rolls. So the question I was going to ask, do you think more women would compete if they didn't have to wear a soft suit? If you can compete in a crop and shorts, do you reckon more people would do it?
I can attest to the fact that one of my clients doesn't want to sign up to a comp because of the soft suit.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like a super relevant conversation that I'm having right now.
And it makes really no sense.
Whoa.
What do you mean it makes no sense?
Like the fact that you have to wear them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that, you know, like, there are always going to be people that try to bend the rules, and people try to.
You get an advantage with a bare back, don't you?
Look, if I bench a million times better. There's a reason why I always bench in the thinnest strap sports bra possible. Like you know, but I'm going to have to start in a top or whatever. I'm not going to compete. So actually I don't need to. So haha. But, but like, yeah, I think it helps because some people are on the borderline of depth and some people are, you know, all of that. And there are novice comps for that reason, but there are movements in all sports with what they have to wear, like women no longer having to wear. What was the last one? Was it?
It's volleyball they're trying to change.
Yeah, volleyball. So you don't have to wear like the bikini. You can wear shorts if you want to.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, I don't know if it'll ever be.
It's almost the other way for powerlifting.
Yeah, I don't think it'll ever be outdated. I do think that it's frustrating because when I was competing, you had to keep your t-shirt on underneath when you were deadlifting, but the guys could get their titties out.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So the girls couldn't. Then again, I competed in a very gross federation.
There's a reason that Fed doesn't exist anymore.
Precisely. Yeah. And that was always something I had a problem with because I'm like, no, I want to look jacked when I deadlift in my suit. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's not nice to wear a tight t-shirt underneath a tight lycra. But yeah, I think that if they got rid of it, I'm sure there would be ways to go around it and, you know, you would still have to wear leggings and a form-fitting top.
Yeah.
Because you need to watch if your ass is still on the bench. Are you hitting depth? Deadlifts, it doesn't matter. But, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose because I'm just assuming that, like, the female powerlifters would then just dress like CrossFitters. But you've also got to go the other way that they're probably going to wear XL oversized t-shirts and trackies and shit like that. And you like, yeah, how do you...
As a general rule, I think the people that have an issue with the soft suits...
You didn't think that through, Ben.
Yeah, no. I think the people that have an issue with the soft suits would be people that are feeling self-conscious because you are quite naked. So no, I don't think that the people would go wearing crops.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I was,
It would go baggy.
Yep. Yeah, which then's a problem. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad
so
I could solve that one.
Hopefully it all solves itself by more people normalizing, I should be in good shape for powerlifting.
Well, so in the context that, no, because I don't think your body size has anything to do with it. So self-conscious,
still the feeling.
Yeah, so being self-conscious doesn't matter. Like, you know, some of the smallest people in the world are still self-conscious, even though other people would be like, I want to look like you.
Yeah.
I think it would... My thing always, whether it comes to people saying normalize normal bodies on Instagram or people being like, well, no, look at them in a soft suit. It's always going to come down to you need to lead by example. Yeah. No one's ever going to see somebody that is not jacked and ripped in a soft suit if you don't show up and do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you need to be the person making it normal by not making a big fuss of it and just showing up.
Yeah.
Because no one cares except for you.
Yeah.
At a powerlifting comp, I can hand on my heart, like I can... Absolutely, we've all made passing judgments on people's physiques before. And it's a thing. I can absolutely hand on my heart say that I've never been in a more supportive environment.
Never at powerlifting.
At a powerlifting comp. So one of my clients did a novice comp at the end of last year. Kirsty, I am 100% sure you'll listen to this. I'm certain. And she was so nervous heading into this novice comp. And we're at Peninsula Barbell. So I hadn't seen a comp done there before. But I know that the squad there is really nice. And she was like, people were saying my name. Like, spotters were like, go Kirsty. And I was like, I have no idea who you are. People were high-fiving me when I came off the platform. And I don't know who they are. And she's so strong that she was actually in the male flight.
Yeah.
Because her opening squat
Numbers
was like 30 kilos heavier than any of the other girlies.
Yeah.
So it only mattered when it came down to bench because she was like the lightest by far on bench. But yeah, and she was like, oh my God, I cannot believe like no one cares about what you look like. They don't care who you are. You're a name and you're someone that is uncomfortable like the rest of them on that platform. Yep. And I think that, so yeah, when it does come to soft suits and things like that in sanctioned meets, I don't mind the idea of them because it's not about your body.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gone full circle in this conversation on it.
Slay.
I like it.
Oh my God, my first slay, we got like however long. Yeah, I think, that's from the lens of a woman that has a lot of conversations about body neutrality with women.
Yeah, just obviously like a lot of my clientele that I coach train in sport, like crop top, sports bra, shorts. Yeah. And the people that want to train for aesthetics and be strong that I speak to are turned off from competing because I'll look like a powerlifter, like I did my last comp, or B, it's the soft suit thing. It's not an appealing kind of look to them, so they distance themselves for it. But on the other side of the coin, 100%, like you don't want to put it in a position where there's an appearance expectation that I'm going to rock up to a meet and there's going to be all these like under 52 kilo, under 62 kilo girls that are fucking henched with abs. Yeah. And I'm not, but the goal is there to be strong. Yeah. So yeah, I think I've changed my mind. Keep soft suits powerlifting. Yeah. Don't change them.
No, and I'm sure powerlifting is listening and they'll take that on board. Yeah.
Thomas Lilly, APL, soft suits forever. Yeah. So I think we also need to talk about your running. Yeah. Because even your check-ins don't mention it.
It's just so like...
But I think we've obviously touched on this idea of doing more than one thing. So you've just PB'd your deadlift? Oh, no.
My conventional, yeah. So I've hit a 150 kilo sumo.
Oh, you have sumo, yeah.
Sumo, that was once and it wasn't when I was competing. And I was like 9 kilos heavier than what I am now. But yeah, so I have, my comp PB was 140 kilo deadlift. And I have now conventional deadlifted 5 kilos heavier in the gym in a quite chill environment. Yeah. Just had to give myself a couple slaps because fuck, like need to get something going.
Yeah. And then bench is new territory?
Yep. 72.5, no handout, no spot. I did have the spotting arms up. I'm not a dickhead. But yeah, 72.5 kilo bench, which is 5 kilos above a comp PB.
And what's running look like now?
So on my 400s, so I have
2 running sessions a week.
2 running sessions a week on my tempoed focused interval runs. My interval runs, not tempo focused. I have 400s and then 100s, and my best 100 I can run at a 3-minute 40 pace.
Lordy.
So I'm running at those on my on my 100s, and then in my 400s I am sub 5 minutes for all of them.
Yep. Yeah. It'll be cool to hang out at the start line anyway. We can like high five and then I'll see you at the end.
I haven't gotten a 15 minutes and then my other run is 15 minutes. Yep. Just go distance for time. Yep. And I like to, so once I took off a little bit too quick because I was like, I want to go faster and see if I can sustain this pace the whole way through. And it was not looking good, bruv. So I've learned how to pace myself by starting slower. So my first kilometer is almost always between 5 and 5:15. Yep. And then I finish 4:30, 4:45.
Yeah, I always finish faster too. But I thought that was because the first half of my run is uphill and the second half of my run is downhill. But I've been training, doing a little bit on the treadmill and a few other runs that I'm like, I actually need to build into it. Yeah. And I think on the day too, like you got people around and
it's not
adrenaline and shit, it's actually nice. It's probably better to just hold back a little bit the first K and then find.
I can like full send it the last kilometer and a half.
Yeah, because you can die at the end, doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I'm like pretty okay at like sending that last. Like when I've run on a treadmill.
You studied the track?
No, I'm just gonna show up and run.
Yeah.
I don't care enough yet.
I wonder because like the last one I did it had distance markers, but towards the end they went away. I think the last distance marker was like 2Ks out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I saw a building that I thought was a different building. I was like, let's go. And then I got to that and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, no.
So to keep going. But like, because it's around Albert Park, I know that track reasonably well. So I reckon I'll know like, okay, I'm here. It's time.
Well, I don't know the track that we're going to be.
It's the Grand Prix circuit.
Yeah, so I have never ran that before. Like I do the 5 kilometer loop frequently, but that's the walking track.
So where we sat on the Friday.
Oh, don't talk to me about geography.
That's go time.
Yeah, nah.
That's all you need to remember.
No, we're starting and finishing in the pits.
Yeah. So where we sat is like 3 or 4 turns from there.
That's not right there.
Be like 800 meters.
That's 20% of the race.
Last 800
you had
meters.
Jess and then you lost her again.
Last 800 meters is just put it all on the line. So from that grandstand.
Yeah,
that's my theory.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just gonna. My watch will beep. I'll have my AirPods in. Mm-hmm. It tells me my pace.
Hot country playlist?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Probably a podcast because, and then
Stay
I'll
calm.
turn. Yeah, and then I'll turn music on for the last 2Ks.
Yep.
I can't, like, I just gas myself out too quickly. But yeah, running's going fine. And it's just something that I'm doing and not worrying about PBs. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I just need to show up and know that I can do it. That's why I had to test myself. Like when I did a full 5K on a treadmill, like a few weeks, like over a month ago, actually, I was like, oh, I can run this distance.
Yeah.
I did it once and I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. I think if you're doing an event, as much as like you should peak, there's a bit of an advantage to doing that.
Like controversial, not controversial at all. I tend to say controversial opinion on things that aren't very controversial, but like, it's just 5K.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's 25 minutes of moving. Yeah. I'll be fine. Yeah. Like, and that's just kind of and I think this is maturity as, I'm just going to write athlete, like say athlete, but like maturity as an athlete is looking at things like objectively.
Yeah.
And being like, okay, cool. So if I just keep showing up and if I know that I can kill it at 15 minutes, anything, if you can hold a pace of 15 minutes, you can hold it for another 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like that for the first ones. It's like, I'm willing to sit in hell for 30 minutes. It's okay. Done before.
It's not. Yeah. I just think it's not. I don't know if it's just like my attitude, but even like all of this, I'm like, yeah, it's just something that I do. Like I'll squeeze in a 15-minute run between Bryce getting home from work and him leaving to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. I could probably eat something, but whatever. I'm just going to go for a run.
Yeah.
Just to do it. Like it's not, I'm trying to make a not big deal of my lifts and my runs because I have absolutely no doubt. So as soon as I test my lifts on the 25th of August, after that, training is going to be quite chill naturally after peaking. So it's going to be quite hypertrophy. There'll be a few more jumps put back in, you know, like it's going to be like that. And it's like, cool, I'm going to do things with less rest periods, keep my heart rate a little bit higher and get used to being uncomfortable in my training sessions in that sense again. That's going to help me. And it's going to be 1 month of that plus really focusing on hydration and eating correctly around my runs. And 4 weeks of that, I have no doubt that I will be A-OK to go.
Yeah. It's interesting though, like people's perception of hard. So like if you're a new, like that first 5K that I looked at, I was like, that is such a big mountain to climb.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't walk 5K at the time. Like getting through 18 holes of golf was like, if there was no cart, I was like, this is going to hurt. It was a really challenging sort of day.
I guess you don't have it's hard to have the trust the process mentality when you are at that beginning.
Yeah. So once you get to a point that you can doing that, like particularly for a 5, even a 10, the longer ones, you've got to trust that like I can do 10, I can do 20.
Yeah.
Like I've got girls that are doing prepping for a 14 and they're not running 14 until the day.
Oh yeah,
same with a 21. But I think if you're introducing running whether it's 5 or 10, I think doing it as early as you can once to be like, I finished it.
Yeah.
Then all the pressure's off. Because the biggest fear you'll have is not finishing.
100%.
So if you can tick that box, then you can go back to tempo runs, interval work, all the stuff that'll actually make you the best with the lowest risk. Because if you just go out and pound 5Ks over and over again, you're just going to get injured, bored, and hate life.
Yeah.
So the deliberate training style is important, but I think there's a point where it's just like, just go run 5K, no matter how bad it hurts. And once you've done that, you'll be like, okay, now I can do the other stuff.
I was on the treadmill. Like, I went to the gym exclusively to run that day. And I messaged Bryce, who was training. We were parkerless. And it was supposed to be a 15-minute run. And I felt okay. Mm-hmm. And I messaged him while I was running. I was like, I'm going to run my first 5Ks today.
Yeah.
And that way I was like, I'm not pulling out of it.
Yeah.
And like, if I know that I have to do a particular run, I always tell someone.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I can't pull out of this now.
Yeah.
Like, I am intrinsically motivated, but definitely driven by outer accountability, which is why I'm a coach with a coach.
Yeah.
Like, I know that I can be my best self that way.
Yeah.
But when it comes to stuff like doing something for the first time, like deadlifting a certain number or running a certain distance, and you just don't know if you can do it. Like, in my bones, I know that I've got a 150 kilo deadlift in me based on how my 145 move, but I don't know if I've got 155.
Yeah.
So like, that's where I'm like, ooh, okay, like that's now the target. Like the goalpost has moved. But like, I look at that and I'm like, oh fuck, like, bleh, like it's really nerve wracking. But I think that something as a coach and that someone that's been lifting, following a structured program for like 8 years, it's like, okay, you need to get to a point where you have, no matter how you finish this block of training or this race or whatever it is, you need to know within yourself that you did all that you could. Now, that doesn't mean that you need to be 100% every time, because my Lord, you get my check-ins. You know that it's not 100%.
Yeah.
You know, I drank a lot this weekend and it's fine. And I don't sleep to the standards that people should, and that's not by choice. Like, it's do I want to train or will I not train to get an extra hour's sleep? And sometimes the trade-off is I just need to be a little bit more tired, and that's okay. Come at me. But if you know that you showed up to those sessions and you did the best you could on that day, and you did it for every set that you did, and if you didn't have a good set, you tried better the next time, then you did that for the next session, and then the next week, and then the next training block. That when you get to the end, if you have followed a plan, and you don't treat your body like utter shit, and you don't eat random things all the time, or your body knows that you're looking after it, I don't think that there's any reason. It's building trust reps.
Yeah.
Every time you do something,
stack of proof.
100%. Like you're stacking. And, strength doesn't lie. On testing days can be like very variable and whatnot. But like, over time, things don't lie. And work doesn't lie. And it's always going to pay off for you. So I think that, if you're wanting to run your first 5K or 10K or half mara or strength
the foam
peak.
run, Jess.
I'm not doing the foam run.
We're doing it.
I'm not. I'll do Tough Mudder, but I'm not doing a foam run because
it's the same, dude.
I would rather have mud than have foam and that texture, and then and then I'm gonna chafe, and then I'm gonna get itchy, and then.
So just to give you some insight, the first 200 meters of Tough Mudder, when I did it, was you ran to a shipping container that had a board across halfway that was full of ice and water, and you dove in and had to go under and come out the other end. So you were wet, and it was fucking Phillip Island, 12 degrees.
There's a reason why.
And it's 21 kilometers, not 5.
There's a reason why I bench, deadlift, and run. I'm a princess.
I'm putting it out there. Anyone who wants to come and do the foam run with me, because Jess is scared of foam, apparently.
I'm not scared of foam. It just
what is
so it looks,
you run through foam.
It looks like a
obstacle course.
It's like an adult slip and slide.
Yeah,
run?
What's the
It's giving
detergent foam?
Yeah, so like a you Probably haven't. Have you ever been to a foam party? You go to a nightclub and they just fill the whole thing with foam.
All right. It's giving wet t-shirt competition.
Yeah. So yes. So it's like
that's all I can picture. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah, wet t-shirt competition meets adult slip and slide. So they have like almost jumping castle type stuff. So you go down slides, you literally do slip and slide across tarps and stuff. So the start line is like a wall of foam.
Yeah, sick.
So you run through that and then you go do the 5K.
That sounds fun.
It looks fun.
Oh yeah, no 5K.
But you got.
I thought it was just an obstacle course. I was like, fuck
it is. It just takes 5 kilometers to complete.
Nah.
So there'll be blocks of running.
I just cannot comprehend how any of that would be comfortable, and it's not like physically testing enough for me to feel like I've achieved anything.
Yeah, sure it is.
It's just fun.
The physical testing would be like slipping everywhere.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll do it drunk.
Yeah, it's that kind of afternoon to me. It's just like.
But it's not, Ben, because you have to do it sober.
Just go have a laugh.
Oh,
I think it'd be fun.
Maybe I'm boring.
Maybe. Now we need to talk.
What's up, guys? So before we move on, just a little bit more information for those people who are curious about coaching. Maybe they want someone to take care of their training, get a bit more specific, take it to the next level, or even just keep them accountable to all of the things that they need to do. So again, you guys can go onto the website, get a little bit more information. It's got all the information on there on what's involved to take your training to the next level. You can hit the inquiry button, and then we'll get on a strategy call and see what we can do for you.
We have events.
Oh my God,
that you're organising for us, so you can say the dates.
Oh, that's
Sydney?
really testing. That's October.
14th?
Yeah,
15th?
I think 14, 15, 16th, I think, of October.
Or 13, 14, 15, one of
that
them.
weekend, so mid-October, we are going to go, fingers crossed, to World Gym Moore Park.
Ooh, we're announcing where we're going already.
Why not?
Have you spoke to him?
Yeah, I've made contact.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Are they aware of this?
Yes. Fingers crossed, because that gym looks great. But also, guys, I'm very open to suggestions. So if there is anyone from Sydney, the suggestions that were sent through, I cannot exaggerate this, 90% World Gym.
Yeah.
All of them.
Shout out to World Gym Penrith. I just want to let you guys know, anyone that's from there, we love you guys. You've had us so many times. Always let us come in for free and use the space. We're very, very appreciative.
Yeah.
But you're just too fucking far away. We have to go closer to the city.
I just had to look at things very objectively and be like, cool.
It's like coming to Melbourne and going to Geelong.
It's not that far.
It is. It's literally the same time.
Time, not kilometers.
Yeah, but it's the same.
Yeah, well, so we'll be doing a photo shoot. So anyone that already trains with us, coaches will be in contact with you. And anyone that wants to jump in, you're probably going to want to get in on it soon so we can actually get things in place.
Yep.
So we've got photo shoot and a lift off at Paddo Performance, who have been contacted as well. So that'll be really, really, really exciting. Yeah, just
such
confirm.
a fucking good facility.
Yeah, so the dates are locked in, confirming, which we don't have to talk about on air. But yes, we're there.
The last one we did there was incredible.
That's exactly what I said to Danny when we were chatting.
Yeah.
So
it's really, really good. Really good spot, really good gym, and the Sydney crew are all amazing. So
yeah. So I'm looking forward to meeting everyone from New South Wales. Like, I haven't met anyone. I see them every week, but I don't get to, I haven't met them.
Yeah.
So that's then, and then we're going to move another month. So it's the weekend of the 12th of November.
Yep.
We have a photo shoot at State Gym. So that's where we did our last photo shoot, which was a stunning location. So private facility for us. Photo shoot there. And we are going to be
I think I'm going to do it, Jess.
You said that. So I'm holding you to that.
I think I'm going to commit to it.
No, you're not. No,
you're going to commit
to
it?
Yeah, wait a sec. Exactly. What's that think bullshit?
I'm still in contemplation phase.
Why? Why?
I don't know if I want to be hungry.
You don't know if you want to?
I don't know if I want to be hungry.
No one wants to be hungry.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, but I have to decide when I have to be ready to be like, okay, I'm willing to do whatever. Because there's a.
What if your client said that to you and they were like,
that they'd have to do the lift off the next day?
Are you doing
if
the
they
lift
didn't
off?
want to diet?
Yeah. So you've got to pick one of them, and you can't deadlift at your gym, so that leaves that. Jason and I did the last one, mate. Right. I was fucking hungry.
Yeah. I probably look the best I've looked in like 4 years right now.
Can we get it? Are you doing the photo shoot?
Yeah, let's do it.
Done. All right. So heard it here. Yeah. So we've got the photo shoot.
Amy just made me.
Ben bitched out and needed to be pushed.
She'll have to put up with me, but that's good. Let's do it.
That's fine. And Amy can eat whatever she wants because she's pregnant. So ugh.
Yeah. That is a very strong role reversal in our house.
Good. So it should be.
Yeah.
Go, Amy. And then we have a lift off that weekend as well. So that should be at
same location.
Not 100% confirmed yet, but cool. Yeah, it should be.
Also a very good gym if we lock that one in.
Yeah. So it's looking good for October and November.
Yeah. And do you know it's my birthday weekend?
No, I had no idea.
On the 10th.
Oh, you can be jacked and lean for your birthday. Your last birthday before you become dad.
Yep.
So that's all coming up. I know that. So I've contacted a couple of my girls about it. I know that Jace has already
got heaps.
Yep. So he's got his people all lined up for it. I strategically used a nice hot photo of Bryce all ripped on the event invite, but that's all looking really, really exciting.
Sick. Yeah. So they're all STC and friends. So our standout PT coaches and their clients and our clients will all be invited.
And if you are not a client of us or our standout PT coaches,
you know what to do.
Get in contact at STCfit.com.
I think if you use the app, you can come too.
Yeah, well, that was what was decided.
App subscriber.
If you're an app subscriber, get in. Make sure you do the programs properly so we all look great.
Yeah. All right. I'm G'd up now. Let's do it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Holding you accountable.
You don't have a coach who's just like, you're fucking doing it.
Just processing that.
So we had to do
Maybe Jess can coach me.
Yeah. Done.
She's too mean.
Well,
I am the loveliest person to my clients.
To my clients. The caveat at the end. I love it. Cool.
We'll wrap that up.
Yeah.
How fun.
Good app. Thank you again for coming out, Jess.
Thank you for having me. And we miss you, Jason.
Yeah. Feel better, bro. By now, you're hopefully... Fuck, if you're still sick now, you're in big trouble. All right. STCfit.com for all things. So, training app access, apply for online coaching. What's on there for free at the moment? Oh, the workshop will be announced.
Yes,
so
masterclass.
The bodybuilding masterclass will be a live event that if you subscribe to, you could probably get the recording as well. So make sure you go check that out on the website. All right. We'll be back next week, hopefully with Jason. Bye.
See ya.